This was the first time savage horror took me. I was astounded as I saw the king gasping his life away beneath a ruthless wound. There before me rose the effigy of my dear father, just as old as Priam. Before me rose Creusa, left alone, my plundered home, the fate of small Iulus. I look behind and scan the troops around me. All of my men, worn out, have quit the battle, have cast their bodies down along the ground, or fallen helplessly into the flames. And now that I am left alone, I see the daughter of Tyndareus clinging to Vesta's thresholds, crouching silently within a secret corner of the shrine. Bright conflagrations give me light as I wander and let my eyes read everything. For she, in terror of the Trojans, set against her for the fall of Pergamus, and of the Danaans' vengeance and the anger of her abandoned husband. She, the common fury of Troy and of her homeland, she had hid herself. She crouched, a hated thing, beside the altars. In my mind a fire is burning. Anger spurs me to avenge my falling land, to exact the debt of crime. Is she to have it so? To leave unharmed, see Sparta and her home Mycenae go, a victor queen in triumph, to look on her house and husband, parents, children, trailing a train of Trojan girls and Phrygian slaves? Shall Troy have been destroyed by fire, Priam been beaten by the blade, the Dardan shore so often soaked with blood, to this end? No. For though there is no memorable name in punishing a woman, and no gain of honor in such victory, yet I shall have my praise for blotting out a thing of evil, for my punishing of one who merits penalties. And it will be a joy to fill my soul with vengeful fire, to satisfy the ashes of my people. And carried off by my mad mind, I was still blurting out these words when, with such brightness as I had never seen, my gracious mother stood there before me, and across the night she gleamed with pure light, unmistaken goddess, as lovely and as tall as she appears whenever she is seen by heaven's beings. And while she caught and held my right hand fast, she spoke these words to me with her rose lips. My son, what bitterness has kindled this fanatic anger? Why this madness? What of you, what of all your care for me, where has it gone? Should you not first seek out your father, worn with years, Anchises, where you left him? See if your own wife, Creusa, and the boy, Ascanius, are still alive. The Argive lines ring them all about, and if my care had not prevented such an end, by now flames would have swept them off, the hostile sword have drunk their blood. And those to blame are not the hated face of the Laconian woman, the daughter of Tyndareus or Paris. It is the gods' relentlessness, the gods, that overturns these riches, tumbles Troy from its high pinnacle. Look now, for I shall tear away each cloud that cloaks your eyes and clogs your human seeing, darkening all things with its damp fog. You must not fear the orders of your mother. Do not doubt, but carry out what she commands. For here, where you see huge blocks ripped apart and stones torn free from stones and smoke that joins with dust and surges, Neptune shakes the walls. His giant trident is tearing Troy from its foundations. And here, the first to hold the Scaean gates is fiercest Juno. Girt with iron, she calls furiously to the fleet for more Greek troops. Now turn and look. Tritonian palace is planted there. Upon the tallest tower she glares with her storm cloud and her grim Gorgon. And he who furnishes the Greeks with force that favors and with spirit is the Father himself, for he himself goads on the gods against the Dardan weapons. Son, be quick to flee, have done with fighting. I shall never desert your side until I set you safe upon your father's threshold. So she spoke, then hid herself within the night's thick shadows. Ferocious forms appear, the fearful powers of gods that are the enemies of Troy. At this, indeed, I saw all Ilium sink down into the fires. Neptune's Troy is overturned, even as when the woodsmen along a mountain top are rivals in their striving to bring down an ancient ash, hacked at with many blows of iron and axe. It always threatens falling, nodding with its trembling leaves and tossing crest until, slowly, slowly, the wounds have won. It gives one last great groan, then wrenches from the ridges and crashes into ruin. I go down and, guided by a god, move on among the foes and fires. Weapons turn aside, the flames retire where I make my way.